A very good morning to one and all present here. From the last class, we will recap the things which we have gone through. So in the last class, we have studied the properties of molding sand, and we have 6 properties like collapsibility, flowability, permeability, all these things. And in this class, we can discuss about this core and core print, right? So whenever a casting part is there are a lot of holes, projections, cavities according to the requirement. So core, what is meant by core? Core is a metal or sand body which is set into the property prepared mold before closing or pouring it, right? These are used to produce holes, projections, cavities in casting. And core is kept on the seat in the molding box prepared by the patent. Projection is made in mold box during molding process. These projections made on mold box are known as core print. So we should first distinguish between, understand the difference between core and core print. So core is nothing but it's like a pattern again. So this pattern is going to be prepared to get the cavity of the core, right? So the projections made on the mold box, we call it as core print. Let us move on to the types of cores. We have horizontal core, vertical core, balanced core, drop core. So these are all the 4 types of cores we have. And so in the types of cores, the first one comes as horizontal core. So as per the name, it is kept horizontally in the molding box. So we have a cope and drag box here, and there is a mold impression, and there is a parting line, and we have core which is placed here. Maybe it may be a coupling or a shaft with a hole. So its position is along the parting line, and it is commonly used in foundry. The next one is vertical core. The position of the core is perpendicular to the surface of the cope or drag box. It is placed vertical in the mold box. It occupies both cope and drag, and there is no necessity that it should occupy only cope or only drag, as we have seen in the horizontal this thing, and it occupies both the part since it is kept vertically. So third one is balanced core. Only blind holes or holes which are open at one side are produced by balanced core. For example, let me tell you one example. So we are going to make a screw or fastener. Like whenever there is a surface between a point to be assembled, the surface should have a strong attachment. For example, we can take this part. So what I'm showing is imagine this as a casting. This yellow color part has to be screwed with this box, right? And that part should not have a projection of any screws, like it has to be in the same way. So we are going for Allen screws, that is with the surface of the part to be assembled, right? So in that case, we need a hole that has to be made on this particular box, right? So in that case, we are going to have 2 points, 1 and 2. For example, one here and one other than here. So in the mold box itself, we are going to prepare a balanced core. Only blind holes or holes which are open at one side are produced by this kind of force. And after that, we have to go for threading and assemble this part with the Allen screw, right? There is no nut or something like that on the other end. So balanced core has only one core print to maintain alignment of the core print and portion of the core outside the mold cavity is kept slightly and larger and heavier. So drop core, it is used to produce holes in the casting above or below the parting surface. So when the requirement is like this, and we are going to prepare a drop core that is to be used to produce holes in the casting above or below the parting line. Okay. So let me summarize with the things what we have seen here. So number one, we have seen what is meant by core and core print. So that is used to produce hole projections and cavities. And projection is made in the mold box during mold process. Then we have four types of cores with respect to application of the core. One is horizontal core, another one is vertical core, and balanced core and drop core. As per the explanations we had earlier, with the position we are classifying into two types. One is horizontal core, other one is vertical core. The axis of the parting line, when it is parallel to the cope or drag box, we call it as horizontal core. And when it is perpendicular to the cope and drag box, we call it as vertical core. And we have other two cores, that is balanced core for producing blind holes, as we explained uh, Allen key or Allen screw to be fastened, right? Then we have lastly drop core. So this is all about this core. And through this 3 lecture series, these are the 2 references that I have taken for the study. And I request all to just go through these textbooks for the same. So thank you all for their patience listening.